is Katarina. Let's plantize our world. I woke up with a little bit of a headache this morning and a bit of a sore throat. And I thought I'll make a video about what do I do when I'm not feeling my 100% best, under the weather, they say sometimes, here in New Zealand. So I'm just gonna share basically what I decide to do to get myself back up to 100% as soon as possible. I always think that when we're not feeling that well, it is also a little bit of a sign that we might not have looked after ourselves that well. Because being a nutrition nerd and a well-being nerd, I sort of know what causes these colds and flus and all these things. Obviously it can be a viral infection or it can be a bacterial infection, but just to not go too deep into these complicated mechanisms that happen in the body, basically what happens is our immune system, which is a wonderful sort of mechanism within our body that filters and scans out everything that would be harmful to us, sometimes gets a bit weakened by us maybe not sleeping enough or having lots of stress or not eating appropriate amounts of antioxidants, which do help us to fight these bacteria and viruses. So I'm just gonna go through the day and take you along and show you what I do. So yesterday when I came home, was driving home from work, I was constantly sneezing. I thought, that's a bit odd. I don't sneeze just out of fun usually. There was nothing allergic going on. So that was my first indicator. I didn't even feel low energy or anything like that. And then this morning, there was a little bit of inflammation in my throat. Nothing major, I could go to work and a headache, and I thought, right, I could just push through now and go to work because I'm not like sick. I don't have joint pains or anything like that, but I thought the body's giving me some signs here, some indicators. Katarina, slow down, take care. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I have so many sick leave days stacked up because I hardly ever get sick. Touch wood. Where's wood? Here. Oh, here. No, that's not wood. That's actually wallpaper plastic. But anyway, come along and see. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for breakfast. A bacteria and virus busting breakfast. And here is the smoothie I'm going to assemble. For this breakfast, I combine 1 banana, a cup of frozen raspberries. You could use blueberries, blackberries, any berries, just berries, really important, high in antioxidants, fighting those bacteria. And then this is a mix of flaxseed, chia seed, and hemp seed, 1 big tablespoon or 2, and then top it up with some plant milk, any of your favorite plant milk. I'll put everything in here and mix it and blend it. Do not underestimate berries and phytonutrients. This is basically medicine in a glass. Enjoy. The next sip of my breakfast is maybe a little bit odd, but it is leafy greens steamed lightly. So I've got my water boiling here, and I've got a whole bunch of silver beet or Swiss chards. I'm gonna pop them in here for maybe 1 minute and then I drain the hot water and rinse them immediately under cold water, and I'll show you how it looks when it's finished. Look at that massive amount of silver beet what it turned into. I think it wasn't even 1 minute, it was maybe half a minute. And then I rinsed it under cold water, and now I squeeze out all the water. I make a ball out of it so it's nice and dry, and then I slice it up. You could have also used kale, spinach. I quite like silver beet because it has some body to it. As you can see, I have sliced up this bowl of greens, steamed greens. To be honest, I should have steamed a little bit more. It turned out to be very small, so I bulked it up with some slices of orange. Now, what I've put over this to make it really tasty and also to absorb it better, not absorb it better. I'll tell you more about this. I added balsamic vinegar. You could have added any other acid like lemon juice or orange juice. I added it for saltiness, a little bit of gluten-free soy sauce. Any soy sauce will do. And to decorate it and make it look nice, some sesame seeds. It's a Japanese style way of eating greens. Now the reason I add, not just for yumminess, because it's really lovely balsamic vinegar over greens, it also helps with the absorption of iron. Leafy greens, kale, spinach, jards, beetroot tops, they all have a lot of iron. That's the non-heme iron, which is not oxidative inside the body. I'm just nerding out here, my apologies. So it's great to absorb this, and yeah, acids help it to absorb it better. So that's my second part of my breakfast. The doggies and I just returned from a beach walk, and we found some lovely seaweed. So to me, to a healing program belongs being out in nature, connecting with nature in whatever way you can. If you haven't got much energy, you could just pull out the chair and sit in the sun for 5-10 minutes. I just went for a very slow walk. I walk like a grandmother. Okay, it's lunchtime. As I actually had planned to go to work, I had prepared my lunch yesterday evening. So it's usually a salad. I'll just show you. Here we go. It's all, so there's a bed of cabbage and carrots shredded, then some, I think it was iceberg lettuce, some cooked kumara, sweet potatoes, the orange ones, some spring onions from my garden, and that's about it in here. And then I always have some healthy fats, either seeds or nuts. Here we have pumpkin seeds. And then I made a nice what is it called? Smoky paprika dressing, I think. I can leave the recipe in the notes if you want. So I'm just going to enjoy that. Of course, it adds a lot of, when you eat raw foods, it adds a lot of different vitamins which get lost, mostly vitamin C, when you're cooking food. Not that cooking food is not good. It makes it also lovely and bioavailable sometimes, like tomatoes and stuff. So enjoy a nice lunch, whatever you feel like eating. Light food, high in nutrients and high in vitamins and minerals. That's the gist of it. Ta-da! A bok choy of gigantic proportions. Anyway, it grew pretty big. It likes cold weather, so winter is its preferred growing season. Then it's going to be another sort of Asian dish. I'm going to add porcini. I'm actually really proud because quite a few of these foods, 1, 2, 3 of them, I've either foraged or grown and harvested. So porcini, the beautiful mushrooms growing under oak trees, often in New Zealand. I harvested them in autumn, summer and autumn, and dried them. So I have some of those. Mushrooms are really great. I also grew garlic that I will add. I will add ginger powder because I haven't got any fresh powder. You just got to do with what you have. As a salt, I use miso, which acts differently than sodium in the body, interestingly enough. And usually it's nice to have some Asian noodles like soba noodles or something like that, but I don't, so I just have some spaghettis I'm going to add, and then some cubes of tofu. So all of that, and probably some pepper as well, all of that is going to make a nice broth. Let's do it. Ta-da! I fried some tofu together with garlic and probably a teaspoon of oil and ginger. Fresh one would have been nice. I only had powder. I boiled all of my pasta, my bok choy. Look how small it became. That massive thing of bok choy gone into I only shrank to a half a pot, and the mushrooms and the spaghettis, and I dissolved the miso in it, and here it's dished up. A beautiful dish that I'm going to enjoy now, full of brassicas. That's the bok choy, which has cancer fighting properties, full of good nutrients that help your cells be happy and make a happy dance inside your body. And yeah, that's the end of my day. Then I'm going to snuggle up with my doggies. One is already conked out over there, and I'm actually going to participate with my doctor and nutrition friends at a online seminar from 7:30 onwards. It's called, this is Dr. Nagra. He just talked to Rich Roll. Really fascinating. I like those new younger doctors and their enthusiasm. And yep, the the Zoom call that I'm going to have with those wonderful peoples are from evidence-based eating. But first I need to eat this. Thank you very much. This was my day. Oh, I'll turn around. This was my day of healing, and it worked. I feel no throat soreness anymore whatsoever. There's no swelling, and the headache is long gone. Might have been dehydration. And yeah, I had a nice relaxing day. Look after yourself, and I hope to see you in my next video. Give me a like if you liked it. If not, don't worry. I'll keep on doing videos. Bye.